sunshine? Won't you be my sunshine? Come and waste some of my precious time. Your sweet smile is always on my mind. Won't you be my sunshine? Won't you be my sunshine? Come and waste some of my precious time. Won't you be my sunshine?
For nothing. Light me up like the rays of the sun. Come on, boy, come bring it, come. When me a rock you on the beat of the drum. Boom, ba pam pa pam pam pam. Adam and medium heat. Look on you, I'm a stop feel a breeze down south. But me can't talk about the weather. Come let's get it together.
Shine. Won't you be my sunshine? Come and waste some of my precious time. Your sweet smile is always on my mind. Won't you be my sunshine? Won't you be my sunshine? Come and waste some of my precious time. Your sweet smile is always on my mind. Won't you be my sunshine? Won't you be my sunshine? Come and waste some of my precious time. Your sweet smile is always on my mind. Won't you be my sunshine?
Teddy bears, you can't get enough. Come bring it, come. Like the rays of the sun. It's a Bentley. Anywhere me go, you are the century. This is the love of the century. Burn it, ow. Me up, plenty.
Shine.
Me harder. Push it, little father. Then make you be a mother. Why feel the heat of the sunshine? Come on the father, no.
Welcome to EA Sports live coverage of the Premier League. Today it's Everton against Leicester City. Let's head for Goodison Park then, the home of Everton. At the moment, it has to be said, not the best Merseyside weather as the rain is tumbling down. Here's your commentary team, Martin Tyler and Alan Smith.
Hi there, everybody. Martin Tyler here, along with the former Arsenal and England striker, Alan Smith.
Yeah, you come into ground Sundays and you do get that buzz of excitement, and I've got it here today, Martin. Looking forward to it.
It is a privilege to be watching this game and to be broadcasting it all around the world, and it is such a global game. It is one of the few universal languages, football, I guess.
Well, it is, and it seems to get bigger and bigger with each passing year. I think it's the simplicity of football that does make it popular. Anybody can play.
Got the Everton lineup for you. Tim Howard starts in goal. Seamus Coleman starts with Leighton Baines as the fullbacks. Aaron Lennon starts with Stephen Naismith out wide. Romelu Lukaku is the sole striker today. This is the Leicester City lineup. Well, Leicester City back in the big time. How different a club is it now to the one you played in? Different ground, of course.
Of course, yeah. But they immediately started getting better crowds when they moved to the Walkers, as it was back then. But they have got the potential, I think, to compete with those mid-ranking Premier League teams if they're managed right.
Madley's today's ref. So here's the kick-off. The game is underway. Sit back and enjoy. Can he turn away from the challenge here? Jagielka. McCarthy. Slid in to try and win the ball, but couldn't do it. James McCarthy. Ross Barkley. Here's the chance. Oh, get the shot out. It's still in play. They've been saved, the defending team, by that offside flag.
Yeah, they know how important that was, because it would have been a great scoring opportunity for them.
to Lennon. Ross Barkley, Everton on the attack. Baines plays it wide. He's had to play it over the line because the defender was all over him. James. Cambiasso. Konchesky. Now James. Paul Konchesky. Oh, he's away from his marker now. On either side, he's got players who can help him here. Here's the cross. It's bounced back into play from the bar. As for Everton, the School of Science, as they like to be called, they said last season the School of Science has been reopened with the way they played to finish 5th in the Premier League in the 30. And now the referee says free kick. Now James. He's got support through the middle. They'll need to try and get the ball back now. And a final word on Everton, they used to call them the School of Science, and the banner has now said School of Science reopened, talking about the quality of the football under Roberto Martinez.
Yeah, didn't they play some good stuff in Martinez's debut season, and he'll want to take that on now. He won't want to stand still, that's for certain, but good to see them playing that kind of football.
Cambiasso. Brought some width into this attack. And it's going to be a throw here. Leighton Baines. Good challenge here. Attacking well here. James. Good interception by the defender. Lukaku. Cambiasso. Now James. Always away, beyond the slide tackle. Found his teammate well. That was an easy decision for the assistant. It's offside. He's gone too early.
Yeah, you do have to take a chance when you play that kind of game, but they're confident in the way that they're regimented at the back.
James. Right in quickly to try and win the ball back. He slid in there with the tackle. Ross Barkley. Interception made, but with any great difficulty. Danny Simpson. And now a throw-in. No wasting of time in that situation. Baines. Here's the shot. Oh, beware low-flying aircraft.
Oh, they're ducking behind the goal there. They're in trouble, I think.
Danny Simpson, what do you think about his form recently?
Been struggling, hasn't he? It's not the kind of form that we've become accustomed to with this lad. I don't know what's going on.
James. Esteban Cambiasso. Lennon. They need to try and get the ball back now. Esteban Cambiasso. Which way is he going to go now? Support on either side. Paul Konchesky. And the verdict on added time is 2 minutes. Naismith. Half-time, and we're still waiting for that first goal. Well, that is the half-time whistle at the end of a half that has been nip and tuck. Yeah, and the sides very similar in styles.
Yeah, they have been. Message, I think, in both dressing rooms is concentration. Make sure you don't give anything silly away early on in the second half.
So we've reached half-time, and the game is scoreless. Let's take a look back at the highlights from that first half, and then we'll be straight back to your commentary team for the rest of the match.
Going to be treacherous conditions in the second half because the rain is still coming down and the pitch is getting wetter and wetter. Naismith. Esteban Cambiasso. This is an excellent run. There's some potential in this move. This looks promising until that challenge, and now the opposition are away. Ross Barkley. Konchesky. Well, that'll be a throw. I'll credit the opponent for reading the direction of the throw. He's still got a chance of getting into double figures at this stage. Needs to up his output. There's 7 to his name at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen this lad before, and he can score in spurts, and if he does that, he'll get into respectable figures.
That's offside. The referee has stopped the play as soon as the flag went up. Look back on the game, this will be a key moment. It could work for them, it could work against them, this change. Cambiasso. Danny Simpson. And on the bench, some activity for Leicester. In comes the challenge. Coleman. To throw. Substitute coming on. It's a tactical change. and 11. And this is going to be a throw. Now, Matthew Upson, Paul Konchesky. Leicester ready to make this change. Well, we're still level here, and we're going to have a substitution. Is this the way to alter the match in their favour?
Substitution going on is number 11.
It's King. Infringement spotted by Bobby Madley. McCarthy. He's taken a touch from the player to go over the line. Well, we're at the time of the game where the strikers get taken off, whether they played well or not, Alan. It's just a fact of life. I wouldn't want to be a forward these days, and perhaps you wouldn't want to be either. Anyway, he's off, and he hasn't played very well, in truth, has he?
No, the defenders have had him in their pockets because his movement's not been good enough. Certainly he's lacked pace today. I don't know what's the matter with him.
Ross Barkley. Coleman. Barkley! Well, there's nothing still to separate these teams despite these chances. Leighton Baines. Free kick against Everton. Yellow for Phil Jagielka. That was an easy decision for the ref.
Yeah, I think so. And it was a poor tackle. It was badly timed.
Going on now is number 19.
We might look back at the end of the match at this decision, one way or another. The scores are level, and on he comes to try and tilt the game his team's way. Out of harm's way for a goal kick. Well, they're in a good position here. Tackle here. Romelu Lukaku. Gone out to the wingman. Everton with one eye on the clock.
I think this is going to be kitchen sink time, Martin, now. Plenty of long balls into the box.
Morales! Good save by the goalkeeper, and he makes sure he keeps the ball. He saw the guy could switch the play to, and came up with the pass as well. Excellent. And King. He's got it back again. Dangerous moment. Got to be. Oh, that's what we've come to see. That's a brilliant goal.
And what about that? Just stroked it home, bottom left.
And that's a goal well worth analysing again. So after the goal, we've opened the scoring here, 1-0. Romelu Lukaku. Well, Leicester City have got something to hang on to here. Alan.
Well, one or two boos from the supporters. They're not happy with this negative approach, but I don't think they'll mind if it does the job.
They've got the ball back through a very good interception. Saw that coming in the nick of time. Nothing wrong with that tackle. In fact, it was a terrific effort. Kevin Morales. Leighton Baines. And in comes the header. And they're sending the goalkeeper up for the corner. The game changes, there's always place for headed clearances like that. Shots on here. Well, his teammates, one or two have turned their backs on it. That's a bit unkind, but they would have expected him to make a lot more of that.
Well, because it was a fairly simple chance, I think he took it a little too easy, a bit too casual.
Could have been the pass to determine the match, really. Baines. Cross it now. Leighton Baines. And that's it. There goes the final whistle. And the final score is 1-0.